Henry Ford Wyandotte Hospital gynecologists are Metro Detroit's downriver leaders in robotic hysterectomies. This DVD offers 9 testimonials from patients who have undergone minimally invasive hysterectomy surgery at Henry Ford Wyandotte Hospital.
Before the birth of my son, I had a 6-pound fibroid tumor that was causing a lot of pain and bleeding and bloating. I couldn't take the pain and had to have the tumor removed. It was an open surgery. Also had to remove one of my ovaries because the tumor was so large. It was a 6-week recovery and very painful. After having the robotic surgery and comparing that to the open surgery and the C-section, it was like night and day. Recovery-wise, I was out of the hospital in 1 day. I was driving within 2 weeks and exercising and moving around without a problem. I literally feel like I've lost 10 pounds. Yes, there's no looking like I'm pregnant anymore. Yes, it's a wonderful feeling, not having to worry about it or the bleeding or the discomfort anymore.
I had the surgery at 8 o'clock on a Friday morning, and I was home by noon on Saturday. I was surprised at the level of pain that I didn't have. I took very little pain medication when I came home, and the incisions were less than an inch. I had had a traditional surgery to remove ovaries in the past, and I know what that recovery was like, and it was 6 to 8 weeks, and this was nothing like that. I think what's changed for me the most since I've had the surgery is, number one, peace of mind. I don't have to worry about accidents. White being one of my favorite colors, I can wear it with confidence. And the other thing is knowing that there's a reduced risk of female cancer. So I feel great about that.
Before the surgery, I was tired all the time. I was very weak. I would make it to work, and by the time I got home, I went directly to bed. There were many days I just lost hours and hours doing nothing but sleeping and trying to recoup my strength. In the past, I've had kidney surgery about 20 years ago, which was a lot of pain, needed a lot of pain meds. Compared to that, the robotically assisted hysterectomy was nothing. For the kidney surgery, I was in the hospital for 30 days. For the C-section, I was in the hospital approximately a week. For the robotically assisted hysterectomy, I was in the hospital less than 48 hours. Very shortly after the surgery, my strength started coming back. I felt much better. All my energy has come back. My son and my husband now kind of complain because I wanted to do even more around the house than they're prepared to do. It's just a whole tremendously different outtake on life. You know, I feel we could plan vacations, we can go on trips. I mean, it's just improved my quality of life tremendously.
I would say a good 5 to 6 years we put up with heavy bleeding, trying all different types of medicine. Nothing was really working. Some would slow it down, but never fully corrected the problems that I was having. When it started to affect my daily life, my life at work, being afraid to get up and leave my desk at work, not knowing if I was ever going to have that accident at work, never really had any real health issues, so I don't really have much to compare it to. I had my surgery on a Monday. I was discharged on Tuesday. Wednesday I was at home. Took a few steps, took a shower. On Friday, I actually drove myself to the grocery store and did my own grocery shopping unassisted. That is testimonial on how good of recovery you have with the surgery compared to a conventional hysterectomy where you would be recouping for 6 to 8 weeks. Recoup time with the Da Vinci robot is 2 weeks back to work with no restrictions.
The pain was horrible. The cramping was bad. It was very bad. I would be in bed for days. The bleeding was horrible. Made me feel horrible. The moods that came with it was awful. I called my doctor and asked him what could be done so I didn't have to deal with this anymore, and he told me about the Da Vinci robotics. I said, sign me up. So we made an appointment and we got it done. There's really no comparison. The C-sections were horrible, I thought, and within a week I was totally healed pretty much from the Da Vinci. And in 2 weeks, I was back to normal. Well, now I'm glad I did it because I don't have to worry about that monthly pain that I had all the time, and my life is great now. Absolutely wonderful. And everybody that I know that has had a hysterectomy recently, I've recommended the Da Vinci.
I was eating Tylenol all the time, all during the 28-day cycle. I began bleeding more than 24 days at a time. I went into the hospital one afternoon, and I was out before noon the next day. I woke up after the surgery, and I wasn't ready to run a marathon, but I sure was ready to get up and walk around. I expected it to be a very difficult recovery, with it being abdominal surgery, and I was pleasantly surprised. I can't tell you how great I feel. Not just physically, that's the big part for me, was physically I needed to feel better, but I also feel better emotionally. This has been a great experience. If you can call an operative surgery a great experience, I would recommend to anybody, if they're considering a hysterectomy, a total hysterectomy or any kind of hysterectomy, that they definitely look at the Da Vinci procedure. It changed my life, and I got my life back.
I love my grandkids and I love to pick them up, but they were getting heavy, and I just couldn't pick them up anymore. The pain was shooting right up through me like a sharp arrow. The scar tissue was trying to limit what I do, so I had to have that removed. I told my doctor about it, and he said, "You're right, it is keeping you from doing the things you want to do, and we're going to remove it." It's been 3 weeks since my surgery, and I feel wonderful. I feel great. I'm ready to do whatever I have to do. When I was in the hospital, the lady in the bed next to me had hysterectomy also, but she had the original open surgery. She kept telling her, the nurse, "I want to get up like she is. I want to get up too." And the lady said, "Well, you can't, you're in too much pain, and she didn't get up, and I was gone home. I kissed her goodbye. See ya.
My doctor had told me on my previous exam that if I had any more bleeding, that I would need a hysterectomy, and sure enough, it started bleeding again. I was shocked at how well I felt. I just felt great. It was a very pleasant surprise because I figured I'm going to be laid up for a while. I never knew anybody that had a hysterectomy that wasn't down and out for a few weeks, and I wasn't. I did great. I came home, felt great, sat on the porch. It was sunny, summertime. Saw the two ladies across the street sitting on their porch, so I went over and gave them an update on how I was doing.
I'm a mother of 5, and after my third child, Zachary, was born, I started with the chronic pelvic pain and heavy periods. After my 5th child, Chloe, was born, I just decided now I could not handle the pain anymore. I consulted with Dr. Elowat. We discussed the different options I had to the hysterectomy. After the surgery, I woke up. I really didn't think I had the surgery at all. I kind of felt around on my stomach, and I said to my nurse, "He didn't do it," and she said, "Yeah, he did it." Less invasive surgery, quicker healing, less pain. I started doing little activities, and now I feel great. No more pelvic pain, and I feel really good.
For more information, call 877-246-7550 or visit henryfordwyandotte.com/robotics.